Hello, welcome to the show. It's the Man and Market Show and I'm Charles Ward, your host. Now, if you speak to a number of business people, they will tell you that one of their biggest challenges in business is mobilizing financing to actually run those business operations. Now, the issue is the source of funding. While many tend to look at options like the banks, which are actually good supporters of businesses, but then there are other options, especially for patient capital, and that is the capital markets. And in this segment, we got a chance to speak to one of the officials from the authority to find out what they have for the business community.
Capital markets seems an ambiguous word, but what it really means is we deal in the buying and selling of financial products, some of which are bonds, treasury bills, unit trusts. That is a mass product that can easily be picked up by anyone, and you can save in a unit trust from as low as 20,000 shillings, 100,000 shillings. It's very affordable for anyone to use. Most of us usually save money and then keep it in places that are unsafe, really. And what we're trying to say is, if you can trust a unit trust, you can invest in equities like shares of companies, you will be able to at least have something that is earned at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of 3, 6, a year, depending on what you've invested in. Treasury bills are less than, you earn interest in less than a year, and for treasury bonds, they go more than a year. What we're trying to tell savers, especially those citizens of Uganda that we love so much, is do not invest in unlicensed schemes. Most of us put our money away in schemes that are unregulated, and we end up losing our money. You've had incidences of people actually getting all their hard-earned income and putting it in a scam. Please visit www.cmauganda.co.ug for a list of all licensed market intermediaries that are allowed to operate in this space. So for unit trusts, actually, it's very easy to start one. You only need a bank account, and you can start from as low as 20,000 or 100,000, depending on which unit trust scheme that you have invested in. Again, check that they're registered by the Capital Markets Authority. And once you have done this, it enables you to actually be able to earn an interest, and the interest ranges it fluctuates between 10 to 12% annually, and at least it's better than putting your money in, say, a fixed instrument that is not going to guarantee you returns. Instead, they'll be taking away returns on a daily or monthly basis in terms of keeping your money. But this is a safe avenue. You can liquidate every other time that you're interested in, and the best part is in 48 hours you can get your money back. So it's not something that's going to keep your money away for long.
Now, it's a fact that many business people go into the business world without being mentored or unheld. However, experts point to the fact that it's important to be incubated before you make that decision to choose a particular business line. And in this segment, we're trying to find out why.
It is very possible that there are some businesses that have successfully existed for a long time without business incubation, but those have been supported by a number of other factors, which we all appreciate and recognize. But once you are interested in a number of these business incubation programs, it is always good that you look out for those business incubators that are in your line. So there are those that are in specific sectors, for instance, like those that are into agriculture, there are those that could be in health, there are those that could be in education, and there are those like the one that we support, the Market Innovation Incubation Center, that is open to various sectors, but it is driving technology within these business incubation centers. So the programs that are available are programs that may be tailored to what you're looking out for. I can give an example. Some come to a business incubator and they're interested in product development, and so focus is all put on how you can come up with a better or a good product that is on demand in the market. Or you could actually be coming into a business incubator, and for you, your interest is in accessing investment or capital or funding, and that will be a program dedicated to that. You could be thinking about on growth. So yours is that you have validated your product, you have a bit of traction out there, and for you want to be supported on how you can grow. So you eventually get into a program like the growth management program. Or it could be that you want to just be accelerated one or the other, so you need operations, and so you come into an incubator like MIC is basically reducing on your costs of operations. So you're able to get space, and then you can operate from an incubator, so that as you gain more traction and get more clients, you can actually save some bit of money that you would have used on either rent or machinery, and you save that for your other business processes. It could also be about branding and marketing and packaging and all that. And so you want to use a business incubator that can specifically put you into that program. And there are also a few other programs that can favor those who are not at that level, those who may be under pre-incubation. So maybe you want to be supported around ideation, around visualization, around validating your idea, maybe prototyping. And so these different stages are always available for most of these incubators. But yes, you're coming at a level where you need to be supported on ideation, so that is pre-incubation, or you already have an idea that has been validated with probably maybe an MVP, a minimum viable product, that you want to actually just start validating out there. So the incubator supports you on the right process, on the right procedures to go to, especially if you want to get into the market. Or you're interested in building your venture, so you get into, for instance, the MIG Venture Building Program. Or you want to grow your business, so you want to go into the growth management program. And then there are those who are looking out for networks. Maybe they just want to work with either government, or those who want to work with the private sector and a B2B models. And the incubator will eventually look out for that particular area that you're interested in, and specifically tailor either the services or the program to what you're looking out for.
I had this challenge as a manufacturer. You always think, I know how to do my product, I can make it right, I can manufacture, but in actual sense, it is until you make a step to joining a hub that you realize you had so many challenges that you couldn't answer. One of the biggest challenges I had was to translate what I'm doing into financial terms. You could be good at producing, you have a very good product, actually you know that this is a good product, you actually sell it, but you cannot understand the financials attached to it until you join a hub like MIG, for example. So I thank MIG for helping me solving that problem. That was a challenge. My call to the startups who haven't known about any hub, not necessarily MIG, there are so many hubs that are within Kampala and outside Kampala, is that take a step and join a hub. It will help you solve challenges. One, understanding your prices. Two, understanding your customer base. Three, understanding how better can I network. You know, network is one of the best things you can ever have as a business. So as a startup, kindly look for any hub near you and join.
We just had a session that comprised of alumni startups that were discussing on a round table about areas of investment readiness, areas of trying to position their businesses to know how do they create the market movement, how do they create strategies that help them to grow. And as a hub, we have always been strategic on making sure that we be a market access for these startups. Today, our focus was mainly onto data management and data usage. We are looking at how does a startup use data-driven management strategy to drive sales, to drive operations, to drive team development, to drive networking, to drive funding. And we also had to look at issues of what does this data mean to you and what does this data mean to customers. So for us as a hub, we are actually trying to make sure that whatever tailored support that we give to startups is actually addressing certain challenges. And we believe that with our structured programs, we are able to fully push and be key ecosystem players in the entrepreneurship of this country and also contribute to the economic agenda of the government